Everyone feared the Alpha King's savage wolf until it knelt before a poor girl, shocking the entire pack. Chapter 1. The werewolf's howl splits the night like a death sentence. Alara's bare feet slip on ice-slicked stones as guards drag her toward the execution pit. Blood trails behind her, her blood, mixed with mud and the remnants of her shattered dignity. She can't feel the cold anymore. Can't feel anything except the phantom ache where her mate bond should be. 3 hours ago, Alpha King Dominic Thornheart stood before the entire Crimson Fang pack and spoke 5 words that destroyed her. I, Dominic Thornheart, reject you. The bond snapped. Not gently. Not like a thread breaking, like her soul being ripped in half. Now they're throwing her to Fenrir, the werewolf, the beast even Alpha's fear. 200 years of slaughter, 0 survivors, a creature so savage it lives in chains beneath the stronghold, fed only traitors and oath-breakers, fed girls like her. The pit opens before her like a mouth, 30 feet deep, carved from volcanic rock. The bottom is dark except for the gleam of bones. So many bones. Please. Her voice cracks. I never. Silence, Omega. Elder Cassia's disgust is palpable. You dared seduce our king with false mate claims. You, a nobody with mongrel blood and no family name. Did you think we wouldn't discover the truth? But it wasn't false. Alara felt it. The pull. The recognition. When the way Dominic's wolf called to hers, even when he looked at her with nothing but contempt. She searches the crowd for him. Finds him standing on the royal platform, perfect and untouchable, in his black ceremonial armor. Beside him, wrapped around his arm like a serpent, is Seraphina Nightshade, the high-born she-wolf he was supposed to marry before Alara's existence ruined everything. Seraphina's smile is victory itself. Dominic won't even look at Alara, won't acknowledge that 18 hours ago his wolf had pinned her against the training hall wall, amber eyes blazing with recognition, and growled one word, mine. Now she's nothing. The guards unlock her chains. Rough hands shove her toward the pit's edge. The law is absolute, Elder Cassia intones, trial by beast. If the werewolf spares you, the moon goddess herself has declared your innocence. If he kills you, she doesn't finish. The crowd's hungry silence finishes for her. They push her. Alara falls. The impact steals her breath. Her shoulder strikes stone and something cracks. Pain explodes through her ribs, her back, her skull. She tries to stand. Can't. Everything spins. Then she hears it. The scrape of claws on stone, the rattle of breaking chains, a growl so deep it vibrates in her broken bones. From the darkness 2 eyes emerge, not amber like an alpha's, not silver like a beta's, red, pure, burning red. The werewolf steps into the dim light filtering from above. He's massive, larger than any wolf she's ever seen. Midnight black fur rippled with scars, muscles coiled like steel cables beneath his pelt, fangs as long as her fingers, stained with old blood. And he should be in wolf form, but he's not. He's shifting. Bones crack and reform, fur recedes. The transformation is violent, wrong, like watching something ancient force itself into a shape it wasn't meant to hold. When he stands, he's a man, but not. 7 feet of raw power, covered in tribal scars and symbols she doesn't recognize, hair black as midnight, falling past his shoulders, and those eyes, still red, still burning with something that isn't quite human. He moves toward her with predatory grace, each step deliberate, calculated. Alara can't move, can't breathe. This is it. This is how she dies. He stops 3 feet away, tilts his head, studies her like she's a puzzle he's trying to solve. Then he does something no one expects. He kneels. The crowd's roar dies instantly, replaced by shocked silence. The werewolf, Fenrir, not the beast who's killed hundreds, kneels before her and bows his head. Impossible, someone whispers above. Fenrir reaches out one massive hand, places it gently against her broken shoulder. His touch is surprisingly warm. "Little queen," he rumbles, his voice rough from disuse, "barely human. I have waited 2 centuries for you." Chapter 2. The world tilts, not from her injuries, from the impossibility of what's happening. Fenrir's red eyes bore into hers with recognition, ancient, terrible recognition, like he's seeing not just her, but something inside her, something she doesn't even know exists. "You're bleeding." His thumb brushes her split lip with impossible gentleness. "They hurt you." Above, chaos erupts. Alara hears Dominic's voice, sharp with command. "What sorcery is this? Guards, ready the silver chains." Fenrir's growl cuts him off. It's not loud, but it carries. A sound that speaks directly to the wolf in every pack member's soul. A sound that says, "Try it." "Can you stand?" Fenrir asks her, and she realizes with shock that he's asking permission. This creature who could tear apart the entire pack is asking her. My shoulder." He scoops her up before she can finish, one arm beneath her knees, one supporting her back, cradling her against his chest like she weighs nothing, like she's precious. No one has ever held her like this. The broken bond where Dominic used to be throbs with phantom pain, but something else stirs beneath it. Something that feels like her wolf recognizing a call she's never heard before. Fenrir looks up at the crowd. "You gave her to me," he says. His voice carrying across the pit with preternatural clarity. "By your own law, trial by beast, I have made my judgment. The trial determines innocence or guilt," Elder Cassia shouts down, "not ownership. She is innocent." Fenrir's statement is absolute. "And she is mine." The possessiveness in those words should terrify Alara. Instead, her wolf stirs, interested. "Impossible." Dominic descends the platform stairs, moving to the pit's edge. "She's a rejected Omega, a liar who falsely claimed our mate bond." "You're the liar." The words slip from Alara's mouth before she can stop them, but pain and betrayal have burned away her fear. Dominic's eyes flash amber. "You dare." "You felt it," Alara continues, finding strength she didn't know she possessed. "In the training hall, your wolf knew. He called me his. But you chose her instead." She glances at Serafina. "You chose politics over truth." Serafina's perfect face contorts with rage. "How dare you speak to your king? He's not my king." Alara's voice breaks. "He rejected me. Remember? He severed the bond. I owe him nothing." Silence. Then Fenrir laughs. It's a dark, dangerous sound. "She has a spine after all. Good. You'll need it, little queen." He turns, still holding her, and walks deeper into the pit, toward a section of wall where ancient symbols glow faintly in the darkness. "What are you doing?" Elder Cassia demands. "Guards, stop him." "With what?" Fenrir doesn't even turn around. "Silver chains? You think I've stayed in this pit for 200 years because I couldn't break them. I stayed because I was waiting." He places his palm against the symbols, and they flare brilliant white. A doorway opens, cut straight through the volcanic rock. Beyond it, Alara glimpses stairs leading down into darkness. Waiting for what? Dominic's voice has an edge of fear now. Fenrir looks back up at them, smiles. It's all teeth. For her. He carries Alara through the doorway. The symbols flash once, bright as lightning. Then the wall seals behind them with a sound like a tomb closing. Chapter 3. The stairs descend forever. Alara counts 100 steps before she stops counting. The darkness is absolute except for a faint luminescence coming from the walls themselves, the same symbols that opened the door, repeated in endless patterns. Where are we going? Her voice echoes strangely. Away from those who would hurt you. Fenrir navigates the stairs with absolute confidence. as if he's walked them 1,000 times, and toward answers you need. I don't understand any of this. The adrenaline is fading, leaving only pain and exhaustion. Why did you kneel? Why call me what you called me? Little Queen? He glances down at her, those red eyes somehow seeing perfectly in the darkness. Because that's what you are, what you've always been. They just made sure you never knew it. Her wolf stirs again, stronger now, like something long dormant is beginning to wake. The stairs finally end. They emerge into a cavern so vast Alara can't see the ceiling, but it's not empty. It's a palace, carved from living stone. Columns rise like ancient trees. Tapestries woven from some shimmering material hang on walls. Furniture crafted from materials she doesn't recognize sits arranged in what looks like a throne room. What is this place? The Old Kingdom. Fenrir sets her down gently on a cushioned bench, then steps back. Before the Thornhearts, before the current pact system. This is what they buried, what they tried to erase. He moves to a basin of water, wets a cloth, returns to tend her wounds. His hands are impossibly gentle for something so deadly. 300 years ago, he continues, cleaning the blood from her face, there was one pack, one bloodline, the Moonborn. They ruled with the goddess's blessing. True mates were sacred. Power flowed from bond strength, not violence or politics. What happened? Rebellion. The Thornheart line wanted power without divine constraint. They didn't want to wait for true mates. They wanted to choose politically advantageous matches, so they staged a coup. I slaughtered the Moonborn royal family. His jaw tightens. Almost all of them. Alara's breath catches. Almost. The infant princess survived, hidden by her nursemaid who fled into the lower territories, raised her in secret with no knowledge of her heritage. He meets her eyes. That nursemaid's bloodline continued, quietly, powerlessly, for 300 years. The implication hits her like a physical blow. No, I'm nobody, an orphan. I don't even know who my parents were. Your mother was Elena Ashwood, direct descendant of the Moonborn nursemaid. Your father was Marcus Silverstone, a high-ranking wolf who discovered the truth and tried to protect you both. Fenrir's voice gentles. They were murdered 12 years ago when someone realized what you might become. Friends, I need to pause here for just a moment. If this story is gripping your heart the way it's gripping mine, please subscribe to Kismet Romance Collection, hit that like button, and tell me in the comments, do you think Alara should trust Fenrir? Your answer might just shape where this story goes. Now, back to the revelation that's about to shatter everything. The cavern spins. Alara's wolf surges suddenly, violently, pressing against her skin like it's trying to break free. The power wakes, Fenrir observes. Good, you'll need it. Why you? The question bursts from her. If you knew all this, why stay in that pit? Why wait? His expression shifts. Something ancient and sad crosses his features. Because I'm bound by an oath older than the Thornheart betrayal. I was the Moonborn King's personal guard, his war general. When they slaughtered the royal family, I slaughtered in return, hundreds. I couldn't stop until the last princess's blood called me back to reason. But she was an infant. She survived. Her blood still called to me. Through 3 centuries, through every descendant, getting stronger with each generation, until you. He kneels again, this time in supplication. You are the first in 300 years strong enough to break the curse, to free me, to reclaim what was stolen. Alara's mind races. The mate bond. With Dominic. It was real. No. Fenrir's answer is certain. What you felt was your true bond reaching for its match. But Dominic isn't it. The Thornheart line has been using blood magic for generations, creating false bonds to maintain control. Your true mate, he hesitates, is you. The words hang in the air between them. Fenrir's red eyes flash. I am bound to the moonborn crown, to protect and serve its heir. What form that bond takes is for you to decide, little queen. Not me, never me. But Alara feels it now. The real bond, not the broken, painful thing Dominic severed. Something older, wilder, like a silver thread connecting her soul to this ancient, deadly creature who kneels before her. They'll come for us, she whispers, let them. Fenrir rises, and in his smile is the promise of violence. Let them try. Chapter 4. Alara dreams of moonlight and blood. She stands in a throne room, not the cavern, but something grander. Columns of white marble, windows open to a sky full of stars, and on the throne sits a woman who looks like Alara might in 20 years. The woman's eyes are the same unusual violet Alara sees in her own reflection, her hair the same midnight black. You're waking up, the woman says. Her voice echoes with layered tones, as if 1,000 women speak through her. Finally. Who are you? Every queen who came before, every moonborn daughter murdered to keep the truth buried. We've been sleeping in your blood, little one, waiting for you to be strong enough to carry us. The scene shifts. Now Alara sees a battlefield, wolves tearing at each other, and above them, a figure wreathed in silver light, power radiating from her in waves that bring all the fighting wolves to their knees. This is what you were meant to be, the queen's voice continues. Not omega, not weak. That classification is thornheart poison, designed to suppress bloodlines that threaten them. I don't know how. You do. You've always known. They just taught you to fear it. Alara wakes gasping, and she's in a bed carved from dark wood, covered in furs softer than anything she's ever felt. Her injuries are bandaged. The pain has dulled to a manageable ache. Fenrir sits in a chair nearby, watching her with those unsettling red eyes. How long? She asks. 6 hours. Your body needed rest. While you slept, your wolf began the transformation. He tilts his head. Can you feel it? She can. Her wolf is different, stronger, no longer cowering. It paces inside her like a caged storm. The Thornhearts know we're here, Fenrir continues. They've been trying to break through the seal. Elder Cassia brought 3 blood mages. All failed. What happens when they succeed? They won't. His certainty is absolute. But Dominic has declared you an enemy of the pack, a witch who seduced me with forbidden magic. By dawn, he'll have spread the lie across all allied territories. Alara's laugh is bitter. Of course he will. Can't admit his precious Seraphina might not be his true mate. She isn't. Fenrir leans forward. Seraphina Nightshade is a construct, a carefully bred she-wolf from 3 generations of selective pairing, designed to be the perfect political match. Beautiful, connected, ruthless. She's been promised to Dominic since childhood. And I ruined it. You exposed it. He stands, moves to a cabinet, retrieves something wrapped in dark cloth. The false bond between them is maintained through a talisman. This. He unwraps a pendant. Silver chain, ruby stone, etched with symbols that make Alara's skin crawl. I've seen her wear that, Alara whispers. Blood magic. It creates the illusion of mate compatibility, makes his wolf accept her. But it requires monthly renewal through ritual. Fenrir's smile is sharp. The next ritual is tomorrow night. Full moon. If we destroy this pendant before then, the false bond breaks. Dominic's wolf will reject her, violently. And then, chaos. The alliance with House Nightshade crumbles. Dominic's authority fractures. Every wolf who's been suppressed by Thornheart rule will sense weakness. He offers her the pendant, but it requires royal moonborn blood to break it. Your blood. Alara takes the pendant. It burns cold in her palm. There's something you're not telling me, she says, watching his face. A muscle ticks in his jaw. Breaking the pendant will announce your presence. Every supernatural creature in 100 miles will feel the surge of moon-born power. Including Dominic, he'll know exactly where you are. So, this is a trap. For us. For you! Fenrir's voice roughens. I am bound to protect you, but I cannot force you to hide forever. If you want to reclaim your throne, this is how it begins. Violently, publicly, with no path back. Alara thinks of the pit, the rejection, Dominic's face as he severed their bond, the crowd's hunger for her death. She thinks of her parents, murdered for protecting her. She thinks of every Omega who's been told they're worthless, every low-born wolf who's been crushed under Thornheart rule. Do we have a knife? She asks. Fenrir's answering smile is all teeth. Chapter 5. The pendant shatters at midnight. Alara's blood, 3 drops glowing with silver light, dissolves the ruby stone like acid. The metal warps, the symbols scream, then it explodes. The shockwave ripples outward, not physically, magically, spiritually, on a pulse of pure moon-born power that tears through every false bond, every suppression spell, every lie the Thornhearts have woven into pack law. Alara feels it leave her like a tidal wave. Her wolf throws its head back and howls. Somewhere above them, in the stronghold, she knows Dominic feels it too. It's done, Fenrir says. His eyes glow brighter red. They're coming. The cavern's entrance seals groan. Stone grinds against stone. They have maybe 20 minutes before the suppression wards break. Can we fight them? Alara asks. We can. Fenrir moves to the armory wall where ancient weapons hang. But you're not ready. Your power is awake but untrained. If Dominic brings his full guard, the battle becomes unwinnable. I know. Alara stands. Her wolf surges beneath her skin, demanding release. Then we don't fight. Out we run. Where? She thinks of the dream, the queen's voices, the silver light that brought wolves to their knees. The Moonborn had other strongholds, other sacred places. You said this was just the throne room. Fenrir's expression shifts. There is one place, the original temple, where the first Moonborn queen bonded with the moon goddess herself. It's been sealed for 3 centuries. Only royal blood can open it. Then that's where we go. The grinding grows louder. Cracks appear in the cavern walls. Fenrir grabs weapons, 2 curved blades that shimmer with moonlight, and tosses one to Alara. She catches it instinctively. The weight feels right in her hand, like she's held it before. The temple is 2 days north. Through hostile territory, every pack between here and there will be hunting us. He fastens a cloak around her shoulders. Are you certain? Alara thinks of Dominic's face, Seraphina's triumph, the crowd's hunger. I'm done hiding. The seal explodes inward. Dominic crashes through first in full alpha form, massive, amber-eyed, radiating fury. Behind him, 20 elite guards, and Seraphina clutching her throat where the pendant used to rest, her face twisted with rage. There you are, Dominic snarls, his voice barely human. Did you really think that little magic trick would save you? Fenrir steps in front of Alara. Leave, while you still can. Dominic laughs. You're outnumbered, outmatched, and she... His eyes fix on Alara with pure venom. She's mine to execute. The pack has spoken. The pack was lied to. Alara steps around Fenrir. Her wolf surges, and for the first time, she doesn't suppress it. By you, by your elders. By 300 years of Thornheart poison. Power ripples through her words. Several guards actually step back. Dominic shifts fully to human form, beautiful and terrible in his fury. You dare lecture me about lies? You who seduced me with false mate bonds? The bond was real. Alara's voice rings with certainty. Your wolf knew it, but you chose power over truth. You chose her. She looks at Seraphina. How does it feel? knowing the magic that made him want you just shattered? Seraphina's control breaks. She lunges. Fenrir moves like lightning, catches her by the throat mid-leap, lifts her off the ground with one hand. "Touch her," he growls, "and I paint these walls with your blood." Dominic's guards rush forward. Fenrir throws Seraphina at them. Wolves scatter. He grabs Alara's hand. "Run." They run. Behind them, our Dominic's roar shakes the cavern. "Find them! I want her alive! I want him in pieces!" Chapter 6. The forest swallows them whole. 2 days of running, sleeping in brief, dangerous shifts, eating what they can hunt, always moving north, always feeling the Thornheart wolves closing in. Alara's power grows with each mile. Her wolf is no longer separate from her. They're merging, becoming something new, something that doesn't fit the Omega classification, or any classification Dominic's pack uses. On the second night, Fenrir teaches her to fight. Not human combat, wolf combat, how to use her speed, her instincts. The silver light that now sparks from her fingertips when her emotions run high. "You're learning fast," he observes, circling her in a moonlit clearing. "Faster than you should." "The queens," Alara says. "I can feel them. I'm not just in dreams anymore. They're guiding me." "Good!" He lunges. She dodges, counters, actually manages to knock him back 3 steps. His smile is proud, dangerous. The moment stretches between them. Something shifts in the air. "I can feel it," Alara whispers. "The real bond. It's not like what I had with Dominic. It's ancient." Fenrir's voice roughens. "Primal. I've felt it for 200 years, little queen. Waiting. Growing stronger with each of your ancestors until finally, you." He steps closer. "But you need to understand what accepting it means." "Tell me." "I am war. I am violence. I have killed thousands. The blood on my hands will never wash clean." His red eyes burn. "If you bond with me, you bond with that darkness." Friends, before I tell you Alara's choice, before I reveal what happens at the temple, I need you to do something. Subscribe to Kismet Romance Collection if you haven't already. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it. And comment, Team Dominic or Team Fenrir? Because what happens next? There's no going back. Now, the moment that changes everything. Alara takes his face in her hands. "I am the heir to a murdered bloodline. I am 300 years of suppressed power. If you think I'm afraid of darkness, you haven't been paying attention." The bond snaps into place. Not breaking, not severing, completing. Silver light explodes from Alara's skin. Fenrir's red eyes blaze. The forest around them bows to the surge of power, and Alara transforms, not into a normal wolf, into something the world hasn't seen in 3 centuries. Oh, her fur is pure white, threaded with silver, her eyes violet, glowing with inner light. She's larger than any alpha. Power radiates from her in waves that make the trees tremble. The moonborn queen has returned. Fenrir shifts beside her. His black wolf form is massive, but he still bows his head to her. "My queen." His voice echoes in her mind through the bond. "My mate, my everything." A howl splits the night. Close. Too close. Dominic has found them, but Alara doesn't run this time. She throws her head back and howls in answer, a sound that carries across the forest, a challenge, a declaration. The wolves arrive in force, 50, 100, led by Dominic in his alpha form, amber eyes wide with shock at what she's become. "Impossible," he breathes. "No." Alara's voice carries even in wolf form, layered with the queens who came before. "'Twas inevitable." The battle is brief, brutal. Alara doesn't kill. She doesn't need to. Her power itself is a weapon. Wolves drop to their knees before her, bare their throats in submission. Even Dominic's elite guards break rank, overwhelmed by the pressure of true royal blood. Dominic alone stands against it, fighting his own wolf's urge to submit. "You can't do this," he snarls. "The pack won't accept you. You're nobody." "I am the moon-born heir." Ilara's power flares, and you are finished. She doesn't kill him. That would be mercy. Instead, she strips him, not of life, of authority. Her power severs every false bond he's created, every suppression spell, every lie woven into pack law. His wolves feel the truth for the first time in their lives, and they turn on him. The temple appears at dawn, carved from white marble. Ancient symbols glowing with welcome. The doors open at Ilara's touch, responding to her blood. Inside, a throne, not carved by human hands, grown from living moonlight. Ilara sits. The forest around the temple erupts with howls, not of challenge, of recognition, of joy. Across the territories, every wolf bound by Thornheart lies, feels them break. Every suppressed bloodline wakes. Every Omega discovers they were never weak, just poisoned. And in the stronghold, Seraphina watches her perfect plans crumble to dust. Fenrir stands at Ilara's right hand, not as king, as consort, as mate, as the war general he was always meant to be. "What now?" he asks. Ilara's smile is sharp, beautiful, terrible. "Now?" She looks at the wolves gathering outside the temple. Hundreds, thousands, all waiting for her command. "Or now we take back everything they stole. The Moonborn Kingdom rises, and the Thornheart reign ends. But this is just the beginning." End of Chapter 6. The war for the throne has only just begun. The true battle for hearts, power, and the future of all Wolfkind. That story continues. Stay with Kismet Romance Collection, because Ilara's revenge, it's going to be legendary.